feel like comedy has a healing aspect to it for the Black community? And do we use comedy to discuss really, important issues, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it always has been, right? I was part of that Right to Offend, a documentary, which was a history of Black comedy, and it talked about that. And comedy's always given Black people a voice and an outlet for the pressure, that you deal with in life and stuff like that. And there's a quote that I love. I think it's Oscar Wilde. Don't hold me to who said it, but he said, "If you're going to tell people the truth, make them laugh, or they'll kill you." And that has been what it's been. Like a lot of times, we're the ones who tell the truth, right, and point out what's going on in society, and they laugh about it, but they're like, but yeah, that's right, that was a racist thing, or that was unfair, or this or that, and it does make it makes it easier for them to hear it.
Yeah, I know for me growing up watching Def Jam and seeing a lot of comedians address like the Rodney King beatings, it pretty much helped me process the devastation of seeing that video, because from what I can remember, that was the first time I saw that kind of level of police brutality, coming up. I was in high school at that point, and it really helped me kind of just breathe a little bit easier. I don't know, how do you guys feel about the topics in the Black community, or how we address it as comedians?
I feel like it's something that we have as far as like comedy and hip hop, so we can touch on social issues that we got going on. If it's not that, nobody's really gonna listen. I don't know, but it's mainly our outlet, how we can address the issues and bring it to light.
Yeah.
And laughter is the best medicine. People say it a lot, and they sleep on it. You feel so much better after you laugh.
That's true. And you just mentioned hip-hop. Hip-hop and comedy is so celebrated together. Why do you guys think that there's such a commonality there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like to the point of like speaking to like I believe that Black people in America have normalized trauma. So like when growing up watching Def Jam, you would see people like, oh, I got roaches, or my daddy left, and it's just like you can laugh at it because it's relatable, but it's also like we've accepted the trauma that we live in every single day, and even the music we listen to, it connects because it's speaking to our experience. So I think that's why it's so closely related, because it allows us to tell our stories, and for people to, like you said, accept it. It's like the teaspoon of sugar. Like we get to accept the harsh realities, but we can bring levity to it. So that's why I think there's so much commonality between like comedy and music.
Yeah, they're both ways of telling the truth. But the other side of it is they can be complete escapes from that reality, right? There are certain comics and movies and funny things that it's the break from that reality you were talking about, where reality can be tough. And another thing that's happened over time, and I really am happy to see it, people are also starting to see, oh, there's more to the Black community than the stereotype, right? And there's a whole generation. I mean, I'm older than you guys. I'm a vet, been in the business, and I'm watching a whole generation of comics who are showing the world that, no, not all Black people came from the hood. Not all Black people, have single parent. Not all Black people, blah, blah, blah. And it's a much wider community, and that community is starting to be shown, and I love that. So
yeah, absolutely.
It is a great way to communicate. And music has always been that, music and hip hop. When hip hop came out, they just started telling the truth, and people are like, damn.
Right. It's just so funny too, because you guys experience at clubs when they always ask you what song you want to come out to. And it's like
I usually give them the Beatles. Just throw them off. And
I'm like, Beyonce, hello. Like, what you mean?
Yeah, I think if I could rap, I would rap, but I can't. So try to write jokes, and then you're hearing a lot of hip hop artists now writing stuff that you're like, that's a joke right there. They just said that was, it's rhymes and it sounds really good, but that's a joke. A lot of them are going up there with humor, and I think if they could, they would do what we're doing. But it's a little scary.
I definitely would rap if I could.
Yeah, I work with a lot of musicians, especially jazz musicians, and there's an old saying that every musician wants to be a comic, every comic wants to be a musician.
Yeah.
And I find that to be absolutely true. Like, I wish I had the talent they had, and they wish they could do what I do. So.